My friends, my family, my football community, how we doing? Hope everybody's excited. We got a special treat for you today. I'm joined with my longtime friend, Antonio Rosario. We went to kindergarten together, grew up in the same town, played football together. This man knows a lot about football. He's kind of good at Madden, not so really. Maybe we'll find out one day. Don't worry, he ain't that good. We're going to talk about the Buccaneers and the Chiefs, talking about the Super Bowl. The Chiefs open up as -3 favorites, the money line as -168, and the over-under at 55.5. Without further ado, Mr. Rosario, tell us who you think is winning this game and why.
What's going on, everybody? First and foremost, I'm gonna just be straightforward with you. Kansas City. No doubt in my mind, Kansas City is going to win this Super Bowl. And I'll tell you why. I have 3 steps on why the Chiefs, if they apply these, they're going to win the Super Bowl. No problem. Number 1, apply pressure and get turnovers. Tom Brady has been struggling with pressure in the playoffs. Packers, when they were able to get to him, they forced 3 interceptions on him. The reason why the Packers lost that game is because they couldn't take those turnovers and turn them into points. They turned them into points. They win. There was no doubt in my mind. That's the thing with these Kansas City Chiefs. These dudes know how to get the ball. They know how to get it often. And when Patrick Mahomes has it in his hands, they are 99% of the time scoring, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown. Does not matter. Another thing, Tom Brady's known for his long drives. He knows how to pick apart a defense. He doesn't like to go and score quick because he wants to know what you're going to come out against him in. So that way he can take that, analyze it, and attack. Keep the third down conversions to a minimum. The Buccaneers average a 51% conversion rate. It might not seem a lot to you, but it was like number 3 on the rankings. So with that being said, they keep him out of these. If he keeps him on a 3 and out, Tom Brady's not going to have enough time to really get to know that defense, and he's not going to be able to put points on the board. And that's another thing. This is the last and final step. It falls in line with the first 2. Run up the score. Keep your foot on the gas. I cannot emphasize that enough. Teams always do this. They get a nice, comfortable lead, and they get their foot off the gas. The Falcons are a perfect example of what happens to you if you take your foot off the gas against Brady. The Chiefs averaged 30 points a game in this postseason. The Bucs have given up on a total of 34.5 per game. There's no reason why the Chiefs shouldn't be putting up at least 35 to 38. I can see them as going as far as 40. No doubt in my mind. Key players in this game, Mecole Hardman, Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the offensive line in terms of offensive side of the ball. Reasoning for Mecole Hardman, Demarcus Robinson is out this week on the COVID list. They're losing a nice, I would call him a possession receiver. He's not a big boomer, but he gets the job done. They already out Sammy Watkins for the postseason. So Mecole Hardman, this is a big step for you in terms of moving up in the depth chart on the offensive side of the ball. If you can be that one cut, get the yards type of dude, it's going to open up the offense a lot, leaving Travis Kelce's, the Tyreek Hills, the Byron Pringles of the world. They're going to be able to get open a lot more, knowing that your versatility is going to be stressing the defense. Number 2 is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He was out the last 2 postseason games. He hasn't been playing much. I believe it was due to a knee injury. Now, I'm not saying that he needs to go and have himself a 100-yard rushing game. No. His presence on the field alone is what's needed. The dude is a receiving back. He can run the ball. He's small. He's quick. He's swift. If he can get a good 40 yards of production for the team, that's already what? Considering where they start with the ball, usually around the 30-yard line, you're already on the 30-yard line on the other side of the field. As far as I'm concerned, that's productive. Doing that, again, is another option on the offense. It just stresses out that Buccaneer defense. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, I get it. Buccaneers defense, one of the best defenses in the league. They've been like that for a while. But they haven't played a Patrick Mahomes type offense. They played it once and they've lost. I can see them playing it again and losing again because, again, the Chiefs, man, they're like I was saying before we started this, the Chiefs are what let's see the word I'm trying to look for here. They're resilient.
Okay.
They don't let things get to them. They're not, oh my God, if this doesn't work, it's over. This doesn't work, I move on to the next thing. Oh, Patrick Mahomes, we can't keep you in the pocket. Well, okay, we'll just start rolling you out. Oh, we can't hit Travis Kelce. Okay, we're going to start hitting Ricky Seals-Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can't pass the ball. Guess we're pounding the rock with Le'Veon and Clyde. Load up the line. Keep it pushing. I think at one point they even threw a touchdown pass to Mitchell Schwartz. Moved him in as an eligible receiver.
Yeah,
it's
man.
him. Like, and that's another thing. And this is my last key player for the offensive side of the ball is the offensive line. They're down 2 starters. Mitchell Schwartz being one of the best right tackles in the game. Yes, he's out with injury, but he hasn't been playing this entire postseason. So that doesn't really affect them. Now I get they lost their left tackle going into the Super Bowl. Yes, they're going to have to move guys around. But the thing about the Chiefs is that they've always had that next man up mentality. It's never been, these are our starters, these are our players, and this is what we're going to play with. And if we don't have anything else, well, then we're no. They build their team within depth. They don't allow themselves to be put in that position of, we lost this player, we're done. They did it to close out their conference my bad, not the AFC Championship game, their divisional game, when Patrick Mahomes went out with injury, and in the fourth quarter, with the game kind of being close, I was a little shook there myself until Chad Henne came in and delivered. Not saying he scored, but he delivered. He got the first downs. He got the crucial fourth down conversion. They did what they needed to do.
Yeah.
So on the defensive side of the ball, I only have 2 key factors: Honey Badger and the defensive line. The Honey Badger is not because of what he needs to do on the field. It's his presence on the field again, like I was saying, Clyde. Honey Badger is the leader of this defense. He's been with the team now for 3 years. He knows what's expected. He knows what his defense can do. When Tyrann Mathieu gets going and he has that energy flaring through him, like a Jamal Adams, a Derwin James, those dudes who really give you that intensity, the defense feeds off of that, and it makes them play even better. With that being said, the defensive line, they need to get to Brady, and they have the people to do it. The defensive line, I believe, is slept on, regardless of what any analytics say. Chris Jones is the best defensive tackle in the game, and it's not for his run-stopping ability. It's for the fact that he can take your center and throw him into your quarterback within 2 seconds of the ball being snapped. If he's consistently getting pressure up the middle, Brady only knows how to step up into the pocket. If he can't step up, he's not going left or right. He's going backwards. And that's not what you want as a Buccaneers fan, as a Buccaneers player. If Brady has to throw off his back foot, Brady already doesn't have any throwing power. If he's forced to throw off that back foot, that's Tyrann Mathieu and the DBs are licking their lips at every throw because it's easy turnovers. And again, they will run up this.
Okay, so the Bucs in total, overall, according to these rankings, are ranked first. The Chiefs ranked 5. The offense, Bucs ranked 2. Chiefs ranked 3. That might be surprising to a lot of people. The defense, Bucs ranked 5. Chiefs 18. So according to these rankings, the Bucs are better than the Chiefs in every single category. A little surprising to a lot of people considering the Chiefs are opening as favorites. But okay, let's get into why I think the Bucs are going to win this game. Let's start with the defensive side of the ball. So like you said, Kansas City is missing their starting tackles. And yes, they have won games without them. So, next man up and all that, but they haven't faced the D-line like Tampa Bay. The only defense they faced that was close to Tampa Bay was Tampa Bay themselves. And yes, they may have lost that game, but there were a lot of mistakes that were made that they fixed second half. Had a great showing. I think we're going to see more of that too. We're going to see a good defensive play against Kansas City. This is not the week for them to be shaky on the O-line. We saw before when they played, Patrick Mahomes, he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he threw in that game, and that was as a result of pressure. So even though pressure gets to Brady, it still gets to Mahomes if you hit him hard enough. Yeah, physical violence. That's how they're going to win this game. Not throw all the technique out the window. This is going to be a mugging. Okay. But so let's keep this rolling here too. So like I said, Patrick Mahomes doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but you know who else didn't throw a lot of interceptions? Aaron Rodgers. Both times that they've seen Tampa Bay, Aaron Rodgers is throwing interceptions. Not a coincidence. I think the Bucs defense forces quarterbacks into mistakes with the pressure that they bring and how well they disguise their coverages, and also the pressure that they can bring with their stunts without having to rush 5 or 6, even 7 guys. With the Chiefs, they love to do that. Tampa Bay, they don't have to. As for the offensive side of the ball, so the Chiefs, they are loaded with weapons. Almost like, how can you compete with this team? How could any defense compete with this team? You got Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Mahomes can throw the ball across America, Williams, Le'Veon Bell, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Sammy Watkins, and Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy taking the helm and calling the plays. How could anybody compete with them? But why does nobody talk about this Buccaneers offense? I feel like they were talking about it a lot, you know, before Brady signed, like, oh, if Brady goes here, he has these weapons, but now they just kind of forget about it. But let me remind you, just in case you may have forgot, who Tom Brady's working with. He's working with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, and Ronald Jones. And an offensive line that's been humming as of lately. But how do I think this offense can really get after it? I want quick pass game. I want them to run the ball against the Chiefs. And I also want no huddle. I want a constant beatdown. Right after the play, get to the line, run it again. I want to exploit Kansas City's weak run defense, and I want Chris Jones to know he's in for a long day. So you better move that big old behind and get behind the line of scrimmage, because they're coming for you. And also, I want a long drive, but I want a quick drive, if that makes sense. This is why I want the no huddle. I want quick stuff, content. I want the ball coming out quickly. I want us running the ball downhill, and then I want us to get to the line. I want quick drives, quick, because I want to get to the red zone. Why do I want to get to the red zone so bad? Because the Chiefs are the worst in red zone defense. The worst. They don't get turnovers. They don't stop anything. It's like Oprah, you get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. Yeah, that's what it's like when you get the Chiefs down in the red zone. And listen, like I said in a video before, if you're going to beat the Chiefs, you need to score at least 30 points. The Buccaneers have the offense that can do that. I think if they can wear down that defense, then that defense is just going to collapse. And I think you get after Mahomes enough, you hit him hard enough, you start hitting Tyreek Hill, you find out how tough these guys really are after a whole Super Bowl game has been played and we're in the fourth quarter and you've been getting hit left and right because he got hit in that game and he threw interceptions, and Brady will make you pay for it as well too. Now, it concerns me that the Chiefs like to bring pressure, and like you said, the Buccaneers don't do well against, well, specifically Tom Brady does not do well against pressure. He throws those interceptions, and if he throws those interceptions, this game's over. You might as well just sign the game and throw it to Kansas City. Why don't you just hand it to Andy Reid, give him the trophy too, maybe tie his shoes while you're at it if you're going to do it, you know. But the Buccaneers can win this game, and I think they will win this game. And I like that 35 point you gave them, because I think they're going to win this game by putting up 35 points, and I think the Chiefs, sadly, are going to fall short. It's going to be close. I'll give them 31 points. But the Buccaneers are going to be holding this trophy, and they're going to say to Patrick Mahomes, your time will come soon, son. Your time will come soon.
So what you were going off of, I liked how you mentioned Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy. It occurred to me, now I'm not going to say Brady needs him, but when it did come down to those close game situations and you needed somebody to put the ball in his hands, Bill Belichick, he's the coach. And I'm sorry, it's not all about just the players. When it comes
don't give me that. Where's Belichick at right now? Him and his unicorn quarterback.
I didn't say that your coach gets you to the Super Bowl, but it is all hands on deck when it comes to winning one. Andy Reid has that over Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians not just because the players need to do it, but Bruce Arians needs to coach the best game of his career. Mm-hmm. He needs to put his team in certain situations to put them in their best situations. Bruce Arians is a defensive-minded coach. He gave Brady the reins to the offense. Brady's going to do what he needs to do when it comes to offense. It's what he does against Mahomes in the Super Bowl, because that entire Chiefs team has a lot more experience in title games than the Buccaneers. Who on the Buccaneers besides Brady and Gronk has been to the playoffs? Let's start with that.
What
Antonio
about
Brown,
Ndamukong Suh?
Dominican Sue, and Antonio Brown. Okay, how many of them been to a conference championship game besides Brady and Gronk?
And Ndamukong Suh. That's on the Rams when he was there. That's about it. Maybe.
And I could say the same thing about a Super Bowl, and you only can give me those three.
Yeah, that is correct, sir. That's good.
Now, a thing came out today that I read. After they won the divisional round game, their players were crying of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Brady had to reel them in, and saying, "Crying for. We have a lot more work to do." These guys don't know the mental aspect you need when it comes to a Super Bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a championship. The pressure is on, and you feel it, regardless if you're in or not. I would know. I've been to 3 state championship games in high school.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure is there. The mentality, the mental aspect of that game specifically, it plays a big role. The Chiefs been there before. They know what to expect. Andy Reid is probably he is a top 3 coach all time.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. Probably the best offensive-minded quarterback, offensive-minded head coach to ever coach in the NFL. You give him any team, he knows how to put up points. Just look at the Eagles now. The Eagles used to be known for their offense. Ever since he's been gone, they don't even have an identity anymore. Like, these dudes don't know what to do with themselves.
Putting the 3rd-string quarterback out there.
So on top of a Mahomes versus Brady, running back committee versus running back committee, defense versus defense, receivers versus receivers, it's gonna be a big, I would put the level of importance of a coach versus coach right up there with Brady and Mahomes. It's Andy Reid and Mahomes versus Tom Brady. Oh, did I say Tom Brady and Mahomes? I'm bugging.
No. You said it right. Wait, I thought you said
it. So Mahomes and Reid versus Brady and Arians.
I think you did say it right, though. I'm not sure.
Arians, and that's the thing. For me, and out of those 4 people, my concern is Arians. I don't know how he's going to perform as a coach. I don't know how the pressure is going to get to him if he's down 14-0 in the second quarter, or if he's down 21-7 in the fourth. You don't know how he's going to react. This dude could go into panic mode. You never know. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, the Buccaneers to me are still a wild card in terms of their performance in this Super Bowl game. I know what to expect from Brady. I know what to expect from Gronk, even though Gronk hasn't really been doing anything. Gronk's kind of just riding it out, but who knows? Brady might have to bring him out just because of the fact of his playoff experience, his Super Bowl experience, and knows how to get open. But again, man, the Chiefs, they just have too much going on. They're the hottest team in football right now. They lost 2 games this year. One to the Raiders, where the Raiders dropped 55 points. And the Chargers, where they had 40 plus. I don't think if you can name me 2 times where the Buccaneers have put up 40 plus in a game, and they can reciprocate that into the Super Bowl, I would give them a chance. But I can't even think off the top of my head the last time Brady put up 40 plus points on somebody in a game.
Detroit Lions. That's about it.
So we're talking about Detroit. Okay. So not even a team that's
Yeah, no, that definitely does not compare. But hey, maybe they don't have to, though. I mean, that defense is very good, and the Chiefs' defense is not very good.
If you can remind me, what was the final score of that Buccaneers-Chiefs game?
But it was 27-24.
27-24. And what was Patrick Mahomes' stat line looking like in terms of QBR? I don't look at the individual touchdown interception yards. I look at QBR because QBR rating shows your efficiency throughout the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
If you can tell me if his QBR was over a 100, as far as I'm concerned, he knows what to expect from the Buccaneers.
Mhm.
and he's going to exploit the weaknesses. Because I want to give you a little fact about Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes last year, and he admitted to this after the season was over. He didn't know how to read a coverage.
Well, that is such. I don't believe that for the light. I don't know.
He
No,
didn't. He
it's
couldn't read
not
a
true.
coverage.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
It is not true.
Bro, look at his Texas A&M time in college. He wasn't that great. He was a good quarterback. He wasn't great. And when you heard of the Chiefs, if you have a wide receiving core like that who's stupid fast, you don't need to worry about them not being open. They're just going to run through your zone in a blink of an eye. It doesn't take much to see a guy who's open. And with an arm strength like that, throw it over the top, Tyreek Hill's going to get it somewhere. He did not know how to read a coverage until what, week 10? Week
He's
11?
going up against a quarterback that's been reading coverages since he was like the backup in college.
Exactly. Patrick Mahomes now, that's a
Hey.
Patrick Mahomes ceiling. There is none. Like he can come like the Super Bowl last year, the toe drag touchdown pass. What is that? No one knew you could even do that. No one even knew that was like a possible thing. Patrick Mahomes is that type of player where you just can't say, okay, this is what he's gonna do. We need to stop it, because he can come out and do something completely different. The dude, he was when they had Lamar Jackson ranked at number 1, which I don't know in what world he's ranked number 1 as a quarterback or as a player in the NFL. I'm sorry, that's not happening, at least in my eyes. He did exactly a Lamar Jackson. He said, okay, I can't throw the ball. Let me take it another 40 yards for a touchdown. And I don't know if you ever seen Mic'd Up. He goes, that look like Lamar Jackson out there. Like Patrick Mahomes can do that. Patrick Mahomes can give you a Lamar Jackson look, and he can give you the Tom Brady look, but he also can give you an Aaron Rodgers look. He is literally he is the quarterback you want for any team. The dude threw for 5,000 yards in his second year in the league, his first year starting. Unheard of. And that's as a passer. Teams know how to guard a passing quarterback. Lamar Jackson had a great rookie and sophomore year because teams did not know how to play that type of quarterback. They haven't played one since Michael Vick. What happened this year? The Ravens were squat. The dudes couldn't do anything because why? Because Lamar Jackson is a one-dimensional quarterback. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers were able to beat the Saints because Drew Brees can't throw the ball past 5 yards. They beat you wanna know why they beat the Packers? Because of the fact that if you guard Devontae Adams and you limit Aaron Rodgers to 2 looks, they're not moving anywhere on offense. Patrick Mahomes is a 3-dimensional quarterback. He can run, he can throw, and he can improvise. The dude's a monster. In an offense that explodes off of anyone. The team's resilient. They don't let the little things get to them. You'll never see a player sitting on the sideline moping and just crying about one mistake, because Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are on them saying, you're a playmaker. Go make a play. Perfect example, I was telling you before. Against the Bills, when Mecole Hardman muffed the punt, he sat down and was starting to mope. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce came up to him immediately. Why are you upset? As they score a touchdown, why are you upset? Because you muffed a punt? Who cares? You're a playmaker. Go make a play. That following drive, they run the jet sweep, Mecole Hardman, 60-yard touchdown. Back in the game, back in the groove, and that's all she wrote.
Yep.
I just can't see, in terms of the mental aspect of the Buccaneers, I cannot see them matching that. I'm sorry.
Does it concern you at all that Tom Brady's been to more Super Bowls than anyone and has won more Super Bowls than anyone? And is like, you know
why it doesn't concern me? Is because his cast can't match that energy in terms of their experience. I'll say this about a LeBron James. LeBron has been to probably the most NBA finals. I'm mistaken. He's been to the most in the last 10 to 15 years. But every team he's gone to, he's had a co-star who has somewhat of an experience in terms of the playoffs. Miami, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh comes back to Cleveland, immediately goes and says, get me veterans, get these young guys out, get me dudes who have been in this league and know what to expect when it comes to playoff runs. He does that. Now he has his Kyrie Irving. Yes, he's a young kid, but he didn't have to rely on him in terms of mentality because he had dudes like a Darren Williams and Timothy Mozgovs and all the dudes who have played before. He goes to LA. Get me immediately the first season. Get all these young cats out of here. I don't need that. Get me dudes who have been in this league. The Danny Greens of the world, the Avery Bradleys. These dudes have been in NBA finals, multiple NBA finals, have played at the pinnacle of their league. So when it came time to where they're in the finals, because it's LeBron James, he's gonna get you there. They didn't skip a beat. The team was sound. They knew what they needed to do, and it takes a load off of those key players like LeBron James. So Tom Brady, yes, he's been to all these Super Bowls. We got to remember, when he was in New England, those same dudes were going to those same Super Bowls. So that team collectively had more experience. Collectively, they have 6 rings. Collectively, they've been to 9 Super Bowls. Now you got Tom Brady.
You're scaring me, bro.
Tom Brady's coming alone. No one else, like I said, has those experiences. Rob Gronkowski, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, he's great. But the dude's only doing it for another ring. Like, it came out. The dude was posting pictures of himself in a different shirt in the same day to pretend that he was doing workouts every day. Like, he doesn't care. It doesn't concern him. Ndamukong Suh, yeah, I'll say he's probably the only player. But again, he's only been to 1 Super Bowl. He's been to 1. And he's playing the team he went against. And he didn't do anything against that Chiefs team. The Chiefs have been now, they're going into 2. They've been to 1. They know what they need to do to win a game. And they're playing a team who's inexperienced in that situation. I'm sorry. I just can't see on the mental aspect that regardless of how many Brady's been to, Brady's coming into this alone.
I think you're out of your mind for saying that, man. He is not coming in this alone. He is bringing with him so much experience. He's going to have that locker room rallied and ready to go. I think we're going to see a red-hot Bucs team, and I think the Chiefs are going to feel it.
Oh, we'll see. I'm hoping that it's a close game just for my enjoyment of watching the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs pick it up and run away with it.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here first, everyone. Mr. Rosario's rolling with the Chiefs. I'm rolling with the Red Hot Bucs and the GOAT. We'll see what happens. Let us know what you think, though. If you think we're both out of our minds, let us know that in the comments. And, yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Antonio will be joining us again. Hit that bell notification so you always get the alerts when we're posted. Stay classy, guys. Have a great day.
Good night.